Hello folks, we're going to be making the best pizza sauce on earth with a very inexpensive product. And I know that a lot of people shop at Walmart, and this ends up being the best pizza sauce. I used to buy the little cans of pizza sauce to make my pizzas, but I found after experimenting that this little baby here is cheap. It's $2. It's a big giant can and it makes the best sauce. And all you're going to have to do is maybe add a can of tomato paste or some crushed tomato if you have some crushed tomato, and you're going to add some sugar and some salt, and you're going to boil it down until it gets nice and thick, and then that is going to be your pizza sauce. And once again, I've been experimenting for a while with different sauces, and the cheaper one is the better one. So stay tuned, we'll get a pot out and start boiling this up, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, here we go. Okay, let's get this tomato sauce all stirred up here, or sorry, should I say the pizza sauce. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the freezer and I'm going to get last year's crushed tomato. You can see it's just a nice big solid brick. You can also use tomato paste or crushed tomatoes that come in a can, but I like to use my own tomatoes from the garden, and I just made this a concentrate tomato. So we're going to get this in the pot. This can of sauce here that we're going to be using is the Walmart sauce, as I mentioned before. This will make about 3 party-sized pizzas for about $2. So that's not too bad on the cost anyways. And this is really easy to do. The only thing that's negative about this recipe is that you're going to be stirring for a while, about 30 to 40 minutes of stirring. And what I'm just doing now is I'm just taking off the frost off my brick of tomato. And now I just simply throw this into the pot. And now I'll turn on the stove, probably around medium-high. And if you want to come over here, you can take a look. Just come on over here and you can show the folks that we got a big chunk of tomato inside the pot here. And what we're going to do is we're going to melt it first. Once again, you can use tomato paste and or canned crushed tomato. Obviously, you don't have to melt it, but we're going to use this concentrate tomato from my garden that's probably about 9 months old. And we'll come back in a few minutes once it turns into a liquid. There you go. You can see I'm just melting this concentrate frozen tomato from my garden. This is a nice key ingredient because it has that nice fresh garden flavor and smell in it too, because I picked the tomatoes from the garden and then quickly mashed it down and froze them. So this is about 9 months old now, this block of crushed tomato or concentrate tomato. If you're using tomato paste, obviously you don't have to boil it or can good, like crushed tomatoes in the can. And what we're going to do is we're just going to try to get the water out of it before we add the Walmart sauce. That's the key ingredient. And you're going to get 3 pizzas out of 1 can, and that's party-sized pizzas, not small pizzas. Now, once again, what you're going to be doing here when you're making this sauce is just a lot of stirring. I'm just going to turn down the heat here, and I'm going to boil it all off. Okay, you can see now my big chunk of tomato ice is all melted down. What I did is I just got rid of a lot of the excess water that was in there. And now we're going to add the Walmart sauce. I already have the can open. Here it is here. It's Walmart pasta sauce. And it's just the original. I find that works great. Don't get any goofy flavors or anything like that. Just get the original. And it makes such a wonderful pizza sauce. And as I said, it's only like $2 a can. And now I dump it all in there. Scrape her all out. Alright, so now that we have our sauce inside here with the concentrate tomato, we're going to add a little bit of salt. Once again, half a teaspoon of salt. You can always add salt later if you don't think it's salty enough, but don't go too heavy on the salt right away. But I figure about a half a teaspoon is going to do you. So okay, if some goes inside there, because I always favor on the side of caution. I'll probably put more salt in later when I do my taste test to see if it needs it or not. This is just a ballpark amount to go with. And you can see here, it's not too much salt. It's about half a teaspoon of salt. Then you throw that in there. And then you get your sugar. Get ready. This is the secret to making a good pizza sauce, is the sugar. And your pizza sauce, when you try it, should be a little bit on the sweet side. It should be like, oh, a little too sweet. It's when you cook it later on the pizza, that sweetness will kind of go away and it'll blend so nicely with your vegetables and toppings. So here we go. And what I do with my bags of tomato in my can there usually takes about 7 teaspoons of sugar. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now that we have that done, now the hard part is stand here for the next 30 minutes or so you can get rid of all the excess moisture out of the sauce, because right now it's a little too runny. Just want to get close to this so we can show the folks that it is kind of runny, right? You don't want to put that on pizza dough. So what we're going to do now is we're going to boil off the excess moisture from the can, and then when we come back you'll see that it's going to be more like a paste and it'll go on your pizza really nicely. There you go, folks. There's our pizza sauce. It was about 35 minutes of stirring. That's the only negative thing, is you're stirring the whole time so you don't burn the bottom. But you can see when we first started it was a lot more runnier than this. So this is the Walmart Great Value Original Pasta Sauce. The only thing I never use this sauce for is actually pasta. I don't like it for pasta, but for pizza sauce or for chili, this is the best stuff to use, and it's pretty inexpensive. So if you like this video, please share it with others, and don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up and ring that bell, because I'm going to have more recipes coming your way. And here you go. You can just take another quick look here. That'll be nice and easy to spread. And before you go, we're just going to show you what you're going to do later is you're going to cool it down. You're going to put it inside a little bag like this and throw it in your freezer. I made this about a couple months ago. I'm going to be using it on our pizza tonight. But you can see when you have them all packed up like this, all you do is just pull it out, thaw it out, and make your pizza. So you just go make yourself a big batch like this. This does 3 batches, so you know, it might last you for a few months before you have to make another batch of sauce. Alright, enjoy it. Okay, well you can see now we have our pizza covered with our nice lovely sauce. Okay, so here's our finished product. We're now going to put it inside the oven now on the second rack from the bottom, as I showed you before. We'll put it in there, close her up, and we'll set the timer for 26 minutes. And wait till you see how she comes out.